For the last couple of years, the whole story around AI has just been this wild ride of experimentation, right? Breakthroughs, crazy demos, but we've just hit a huge turning point. Seriously, the phase of just playing with AI, that's over. Now it's all about putting AI to work on an industrial scale. And that shift, well, it changes absolutely everything. Because once AI is on the factory floor, you need a whole new way to control it.
So that's the real question, isn't it? We've all seen the mind-blowing demos, we've heard all the promises. But what actually happens when a company needs to go from a cool pilot project to deploying, say, thousands of AI systems that are woven into the very fabric of their business? What does that even look like?
Well, turns out we didn't have to wait long to find out. In one absolutely remarkable week in early 2026, a whole flurry of announcements from across the tech world basically gave us the blueprint. And look, this wasn't just another product launch. No way. This felt like the official starting pistol for the AI industrial revolution. Okay, let's get into it. So the first thing to really get your head around is that the initial AI gold rush, that kind of frantic search for what's possible, it's winding down. This new era isn't about just finding a few gold nuggets anymore. It's about building the mines, laying the railroads, and constructing the entire infrastructure to power a brand new economy. It's about building the AI-powered enterprise. And the first big pillar of this new industrial era is making the AI workforce official. We're moving way beyond simple chatbots here. We're talking about something way more powerful. AI agents that you can actually hire, train, and deploy to do real, complex work inside a company. So let's be super clear on what we mean by agentic AI. These are not just tools that help you write an email better. Think of them as autonomous systems that are basically AI coworkers. I mean, they can handle a whole business process from start to finish, pulling data from one place, making a decision based on your company's rules, updating a different system, and then only looping in a human when it's absolutely necessary. But of course, you can't just unleash thousands of these AI coworkers and let them run wild in your company, right? You've got to have a way to manage them. And that is exactly where OpenAI's new platform called Frontier comes into play. It's built specifically to take these agents from a little pilot project to a full-scale, managed, production-ready workforce. Now, here's what's really fascinating. Take a look at who OpenAI partnered with to roll this out. It's not other tech companies, it's the biggest consulting firms on the planet. This tells you everything you need to know. Deploying AI agents at scale is not a technology problem anymore. It's a business transformation problem that needs strategy and some serious change management. And this quote it nails it. Julie Sweet from Accenture says it perfectly. You can have the smartest AI model in the world, but it's pretty much useless if you can't execute end to end. You have to wire it into your data, lock it down with security, and fundamentally change how your people work. That's the real game now. Okay, so if agents are the new workforce, they're going to need a factory to work in. And that brings us to the second pillar here, the massive industrial supply chain that's being built to power this entire ecosystem. NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, just framed this perfectly. He said AI isn't just a cool app anymore, it's essential infrastructure, like electricity or the internet. It's not some feature you just add on. It's a fundamental utility that every single company and every single nation is going to build and use. And to help you kind of picture this, NVIDIA calls it a 5-layer cake. At the bottom, you've got energy. You need the power for everything. Then come the chips, the actual hardware foundation. On top of that, you have the infrastructure, the data centers and systems. Then the models, which are the brains of the operation. And finally, right at the top, you have the applications and agents that we actually interact with. A whole new industry is being built, layer by layer. And the amount of money being poured into this infrastructure is just staggering. $50 billion. That's how much Amazon is investing in OpenAI. This is not just a little vote of confidence, it's a massive capital injection right into the infrastructure and models layers of that AI cake we were just talking about. So here's the crucial piece. This is how it all connects back to our AI agents. With this huge deal, AWS becomes the exclusive cloud distributor for OpenAI's Frontier platform. So the cloud isn't just a place to store your files anymore. It is the factory floor. It's where these new AI coworkers are being built, deployed, and managed every single day. Okay, so we've got a new workforce of AI agents. We've got an industrial supply chain to power them. But whenever you industrialize something, you create totally new kinds of risks. And that brings us to the third and final pillar, the new rules of the road, the governance and the guardrails you absolutely need to manage AI at this scale. Because here's the thing you just can't avoid. we're not the only ones using this stuff. According to CrowdStrike's latest threat report, AI-enabled attacks have jumped by a jaw-dropping 89% in just 1 year. The bad guys are using AI to speed up everything they do, from finding targets to stealing credentials.
And check this out. 29 minutes. That's the new average time it takes a criminal to get inside a network and start moving around, what the experts call breakout time. Just a couple of years ago, that was over an hour. AI is squeezing the timeline for everyone, defenders and attackers alike.
So think about it. You combine autonomous agents that can act on their own with threats that are moving at machine speed, and you realize something fundamental. Control isn't a nice to have anymore. It's not optional. You absolutely must have the ability to meter and manage these systems, both for your security and for your budget.
And the good news is the industry is already building the exact tools for this. To control your spending, Snowflake is now offering these super detailed cost controls for its Cortex AI, so you can see exactly where every penny is going. To secure these systems, AWS beefed up its Security Hub to pull all your alerts into one dashboard. To bring AI safely into your daily routine, Databricks now has a direct add-in for Excel. And to keep an eye on how AI agents write code, GitHub is now giving you detailed telemetry for Copilot. The tools for metered AI are here. So, let's pull all this together. What does this all mean for you? We're looking at a clear blueprint for the new AI-powered enterprise. We've seen this massive shift from just experimenting to full-on industrialization, and it's all defined by 3 key pillars. First, you have AI coworkers. Agents are the new workforce. Second, you have the AI factory. A massive, full-stack supply chain is being built to support them. And third, because of all this scale, you have the rulebook. A new set of rules around governance, security, and cost control is being written and enforced with brand new tools. This is the new operating model for AI. And really, this all brings us to a new and pretty provocative final thought. AI has become a utility, just like electricity. So the critical question for every single business leader out there is no longer if you're going to use it. That's a given. The real question is, how are you going to manage the bill, and how are you going to secure the grid? That is the challenge and the opportunity of this new industrial era.